What's up, UglyAzzNiggas? Niggas? This your boy Jay Miles, and now I'm back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your glad friends. On today's video, we will be covering Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, and this one right here basically is titled Marvin. Basically, I'm going to be talking about how Marvin took out Famous and Stefano covered for him. So as we know, since the since the episode 1 of this new season, we found out that basically Marvin was doing side jobs for Stefano, right? We found out that he was doing side jobs for him because in episode 1, they say he got a call where he got a page, and then of course he went and took the call. It was Stefano, and he wanted to meet up with him. He had a mission for him, to basically rough up his son-in-law, yada yada yada. Y'all know the story. But the whole purpose of this is after he did this side job for him, Stefano owed him one. So I believe it is possible that, because of course, as we know, the last time we seen our boy Famous, he was jammed up, right? He was jammed up, and of course, he was being interrogated and questioned and pressed by the feds because they were trying to offer him a deal to snitch on Detective Howard in order so that he could see his freedom. But according to what we saw in episode 310, it seemed like Famous wasn't gonna rat. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like he was gonna be in there for a while. We was a little skeptical and curious of what would be Famous storyline going into the new season because he was currently in jail last time we saw him, and then of course now we're not seeing him at all. Now, of course, a lot of us have speculated that it was more than likely a production issue that he's had. Maybe he got in trouble with the production crew, and they decided to just write off his character, which I still believe is more than likely the case. But either way, we know something has happened to him. In my opinion, I believe he is dead. I told y'all this more than once on my, lives. So what lead us to believe that he was dead initially was the fact. Well, actually, I actually thought it once I wasn't seeing him in none of the like once the official trailer was released and we didn't see Famous at all, I automatically was like, okay, yeah, he's probably dead. And then, of course, we checked the Instagram of Antonio Ortiz, which is the actor who plays Famous. No promotion of Raising Kanan, not mentioning it at all. So, like, that's odd as well. Then, even the exclusive clips came out. No Famous. Episode 1 comes out. Really no Famous. We just got a bunch of old clips that we have already seen of him. The clips that we saw Famous was old clips that he already did in season 3. Also, shout out to Mark Dark because he did a video not too long ago where he basically was pointing out that when they showed Famous face up close, you could tell that it was kind of blurry because in my opinion, because he said this, but I actually already said this, that I believe they used a double for Famous. And turns out Mark Dark is saying the same thing. And I also believe they used a double here. I said this over a month ago now, and I'm doubling down on it. They absolutely used a double here. Okay, no one convinced me at this point that they didn't. Famous has been dead for some time now, in my opinion. And then if you pay attention to the hand, it looks like Marvin's hand because we can slightly, it look like, if you look close enough, you can slightly see a ring on and a bracelet when you look at the exclusive clip. So we know Marvin wears that same thing because we've seen him already when he was shooting, getting ready to take out Trey Mine. So with that being said, we know that more than likely this is Marvin. The question it was, is this famous? And absolutely, by the looks of it, this is absolutely famous. So why would Marvin be pointing the gun at famous? Who knows? Maybe, maybe I'm wrong. I'll even go ahead and I'll go ahead and look at it a different way. Let's just say maybe famous isn't dead, but he's about to die this episode, and I'm gonna um give you my prediction on how it could happen if he's not dead yet. As we know, since episode 2, when Marvin was talking to Lou inside of the car, right? And some kind of way famous came up, and basically Marvin said last time he heard from him, they said he was snitching. He said too much and he ran off. He went missing. And of course, when Detective Garcia pulled up on Kanan, he said the same thing. And of course, Kanan confirmed the same thing when speaking with Juke just last episode. So, with all of that being said, is it possible that your boy Famous was on the run and maybe Marvin caught up with him? He so happened to catch him the same night that he took out your boy Trey Munn, right? Because it looks like he may potentially have on the exact same gear. Like it looks like, even if it's not, it could be the same day. Maybe it was that night. He so happened to see Famous from a distance. He pulls up to him and he's telling him, he pulls up on him like this, like, I heard you was snitching. And Marvin hates snitches, and he's been making mistakes, right? Because Marvin is starting to result back to the old Marvin, the one that's always messing up, the one that never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. So he's gonna. Is it possible that your boy Marvin sees Famous and something's going on with him, and he thinks that he is a major threat? Because keep in mind, he already done killed that Buki that he ain't supposed to kill and messed up with Stefano. Now he's possibly taken out Famous, and he shouldn't have done it because like I told y'all, I don't think Rock was involved. I told y'all this since the beginning, and I'm doubling down on it. Rock was not involved when it comes to the death of Famous. She wouldn't do that to Kanan because she already took out his other best friend. But the problem is, more than likely, Kanan probably won't buy it. But anyways, after Marvin caps him, keep in mind, like I told y'all, he's been doing side jobs with your boy Stefano. So now Stefano owes him. You know, he's just looking. So basically, Marvin might just cash in, knowing that, hey, I just took out this little nigga and I can't let, you know, him, I can't let him, nobody know that that this is tied up to me, so I need to get rid of him. Then he remembers that your boy Stefano has a furnace that's so hot that I think he said it gets 4,000 degrees in there, and basically it made a lot of his problems disappear. So is it possible that the reason why, you know, is it either possible that, if let's just, if we go on with the narrative that he's already dead, then maybe Marvin caught him slipping a while back and threw him in the furnace. Actually, guided from it. And shout out to Movie Bike because he actually pointed this out. This helped. They helped kind of elevate this video of mine. But um, it's either he did that prior, or it could go with the one that I just gave y'all, that he does it next episode possibly, and then he needs to get rid of the body. So he asks Stefano for a favor. Boom. Now Stefano has him by the balls because he has something on Marvin that he can kind of maybe use to try to control him or hold as leverage, right? So in my opinion, I think something could go wrong between the relationship between Stefano and Marvin. Keep in mind he already done messed up with that Buki. But perhaps, maybe Stefano can look past that incident, but maybe something else will happen on down the line. Or perhaps he just needs to, sail Marvin down the river or possibly take him out to save his own ass because he looks like the type that'll do that. But anyways, let's just go ahead and get a little bit more confirmation on what I was talking about. Here is the synopsis for episode 405. It says Rock and Marvin navigate a dwindling supply of product, while Lou and Imani. Okay, this is not actually not the one I'm looking for. My bad, y'all. Actually, this is the one. Sorry, episode 406. So 406, it says Rock tries to overcome Marvin's poor judgment. That's really the only part that I wanted to point out. And I believe that it's very much possible that the poor judgment could be the death of Famous. He took him out, and then let's say maybe she finds out that not only did he take him out, but he also involved Stefano. And I think even though she's doing business with him, Rock doesn't trust Stefano at all, and she's gonna tell Marvin that he made a brutal mistake, a crucial mistake involving Stefano because now he has us by the balls. And it's going to be very difficult for them to get away from under him. Perhaps Rock may have to activate that get out of jail free card just to get away from under him. We might just see that. So I think that's what they were talking about on this particular episode. And also, to finish it off, like I said, he throws so Marvin caps Famous, use Stefano to to get rid of the body some kind of way. I think because if you can see here also, let's pull this back up, and later on, and it says Kanan recruits Jukebox to help him get justice for his friend. Now, more than likely, we believe that that friend is none other than Famous. So, if that's the case, Famous is now known to be dead. They know that he's dead now, right? And we already know that it says Rock tries to overcome Marvin's poor judgment. More than likely, she's trying to cover it up because she sees it as the best move is that nobody finds out he was behind it. So there we have that part. And what I think is going to happen is keep in mind because later on in another one, give me a second, hold on. Now, here, as we can see, it says that Kanan looks into the theory on what happened to Famous. So now we know that Kanan is becoming suspicious. So now he's investigating. He has a theory that, in my opinion, I believe that theory that he's talking about is going to be that somebody in his own circle, his own family, is behind the death of his best friend. But right now, it's just a theory. But later on, he's gonna confirm it. So I believe possibly when we seen the image here where it says he recruits Juke to help him get justice for his friend, perhaps when they're at this basketball court here, they get the answers that they need that helps lead him closer to the answer of, what happened to him. And I think it's possible that the answers that he comes up with might lead him to none other than Stefano. What is his last name? Stefano Macati, whatever this last nigga name is, y'all know. Anyways, uh, and he speaks with him, and I think he doesn't think Kanan has the balls to take him out, but he don't know Kanan has lost his shit, and the mind ignorant. So I think it's possible that maybe he'll get to him and then he gives him the answer. Or maybe Kanan won't take him out. Who knows? But he gives him, I think he might betray Marvin because maybe they end up becoming enemies. Something happens that messes things up, whatever it is. And I just keep on sticking with, at the end of that trailer when they told us, they didn't tell us nothing. Well, we just hear him saying famous last words. I think it's possible that maybe he was telling someone that those were famous last words before he died. Now, maybe he died by just being tossed into the furnace. Maybe he died from the bullet and then the body they just used the furnace to get rid of that body. I don't exactly know. But I just think him saying that, I believe he's actually saying it's possible he might be actually talking about our boy Famous. And he could be telling Kanan this. And Kanan, after he figures out the truth, he's going to be furious. And that there will possibly get us even closer to getting the hideous species we learned to know as Kanan. And that would make sense of possibly why they on episode 10 they say a devastated Kanan furiously searches for answers and revenge. So he's going to be looking for answers of why, who's exactly is behind the death of Famous and why. And I think he's going to get those answers. And who knows? He could, maybe he could be the one that knocks off Uncle Marvin himself. I'm not sure. I hope that's not the case. But hey, it's not looking good for your boy Marvin. So, mm-mm-mm. Pretty much that is all I got for y'all as far as this particular video. So definitely let me know up in these comments, you guys. Could you see your boy Marvin taking out Famous and throwing him in the furnace later on? And Stefano betrays him, and later on, Kanan finds out and wants revenge or something in that nature playing out. Is it Marvin that took him out and did Famous body go inside of the furnace? Let me know that and more in the comments. But like usual, if you're cool with me, fool with me, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a like. Leave a like, ugly ass niggas. Leave a like, ugly ass niggas. Because y'all don't be liking shit. You ugly as hell. Anyways, Comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your glad friends. But until the next video, I'm out.